Hello you, welcome to Geekism and welcome back to Fairview Lake where our coaster is rocking and rolling and overall we're doing okay. We moved over to an entry only charge and that's fine. Kingcast just sits here and gets stuck here. I don't know if it's a pathfinding issue or he just likes to hang around by the front gate. But either way, today we're going to do something that's pretty but also fixes an issue we have in the game, which is sunburn. Oh, they're just fine. But if we look at somebody maybe who's been in a queue a bit longer, current moves. Oh, maybe we did better adding some trees. But yes, we were having a bit of an issue with sunburn. Also, somebody, I completely forget who, I'm so sorry, pointed out that this, because we're so close to the exit here, this would make a great sort of staff/wheelchair access to the ride, and I thought that was a fantastic idea. So I took a moment just to take the planter back here and add in a little slope. We'll come in and do a fence there at another point. But yeah, we're going to try and do a building here. Now, I don't know how this will go because the kind of building that I want to do with a bit of a sort of round top on it would normally take hours in the game, but I really want to try and do a chunk of it at least on camera real time. So let's have a look at roof pieces. I want to see roofs, spires. We definitely had more. Oh, get rid of plaster there, sorry. We definitely had a few more spires. So these things added in, these are cool. We'll definitely be able to get some use out of those. But the real thing is, I mean, these are probably just going to be a bit too tall for what we're looking at here. I imagine these are even more. Yeah, I thought so. I mean, these are fine, I guess. Maybe we just do something like that. There's this round one. We just stick to that as an option. There's this thing which will in turn take one of those, I think, if the height is right. So maybe we can use something like this, because what I would normally do is actually it's pretty good actually. If we filled these in with slats, that could actually work pretty well. Okay, well there we go then. That's the beginning of of the building. We'll make this dim grey. And the top can be another dark grey there. That's good. And then, okay, so what we want to do here then is come in to find a nice plank. Something like this will do nicely, I think. This has actually got a round... Oh, that's interesting. What's the best thing to do here then? If we get a wall piece, that'll probably help us. Let's have a look. A wall piece to play from. Okay. Because what we want is we want this to be on the right axis of the wall. There we go. Axes even. Okay. So we'll take this in here. We'll rotate it like so and shrink it down. Okay. So we're going to take this. We're going to select it and give it a nice grey colour. Okay, and then on the world axis, do this. Now, what's happening here is, as I'm trying to select these, the bounding box of this building is too big. So we're going to delete it, shift-click to select these, and then whilst these are selected, undo, and that'll help us have that as a selection. There we go. So I'm going to do that again. This time, we're going to just select this one, and on its own... There, do that, rotate it. That doesn't seem like much, but it's just so that the pattern doesn't get too repetitive. Make sure we're on the right grid, and there we go. That'll work out quite nicely. So this isn't meant to be a tutorial series in any sort of stretch of the imagination, but I'm having a lot of comments mention how they're enjoying the sort of real-time build of this to sort of help. Sort of figure out stuff, how stuff is happening. So happy to sort of talk through what I'm doing here. Let's have a look. It's just going to be that top one needs to go. There's just no reason for it to be there. Okay, it's the end of the day report. There we go. And then that's a nice wooden shutter that we can then copy around. We should probably do a bit more of a wooden frame around it as well. What piece is going to be good for that? There's this hoardings, I think they're called. This might be a little too thin. Primary support 2. Yes, it's this primary support 2. And again, we'll take it off here. Because this goes real small, but it's gonna shrink in its thinness as we shrink it as well. Now it's gonna be just too thin. So it's probably going to be the western one. There's a 1 inch or 1 foot, sorry, here. This one, yeah, it's probably going to be this one. Take it off that wall there, so we know it's on the right axis. There we go, and we'll give this a nice grey, and shrink it right down. There we go. That's perfect. Okay, so we'll try and do a rotation here on this. This is going to be a little tricky to do though, because its centre of rotation is right down the middle there, so we're going to have to flip this over, bring it to there and there, and yeah, most likely delete that every time we do this as well. So I've got a feeling this, yeah, it won't, so that's okay. We'll bring it out to here. What I want to do here is rotate these two upon themselves to get a circle, but when they're facing on this axis it often doesn't work, so what you have to actually do is put them onto that axis, there we go, and then redo it, and this time on this axis it'll often be in the middle. There we go. So we will get these now and duplicate them to there. And I think, yeah, we're just going to have a bit of a problem getting this to be perfect. So let's do that and shrink them, and because they're already the smallest size they should just turn into each other, but they don't want to do it properly, although that's a cool way to get that shape. Okay, so let's just go in a little and try again. Now there may be another way of doing this, but for me it is just that trial error of sort of shrinking them, moving them, making them closer, making them further. I think that's probably fine. Okay, so we'll select all of these, stand them up, and then we'll bring them back. Okay, so before we do, let's get rid of you and you. And now, let's hope we didn't shrink them too much. It looks like we might have done, unfortunately. There we go. We can actually increase these now a little. There we go. That's fine. We'll get rid of that. Get rid of these three that we don't want. Unfortunately, we do have to do this each time we want to make a single change. So even though we're selecting those again, this time we want to bring them down to here, you see. So this does need to happen, unfortunately. That's probably fine. We will bring in another piece here. Actually, I don't think I like that one. Let's bring in a longer one. There we go. Because we're going to have to repeat it anyway. We might as well save piece count a little. So we're going, oops. Sometimes I find it really great that they work from a bottom point, and sometimes I really wish it would always be in the middle, but there we go. Okay. So that's going to be our shutter. There we go. That helps make this look a lot less. It's always got a bit of like Arabian, yeah, Arabian kind of look to it. So we don't want that. We want this is definitely going to be more Americana. Did that get everything? No, it didn't. Okay. Get rid of that. We'll duplicate all of this and throw it over there, just so we've got it off the main axis in case we need to do something to it, and then we'll bring that in and we'll get it roughly the same. Oh, look at that guy fixing the trash can. Good for you, buddy. There we go. And I'm going to do a big cough. Big cough complete. Let's carry on. Okay, so we get rid of that and that. Select all of this and return, and then turn this around on there. So here's where we can see how far out we are. And it does look like, unfortunately, we are a little out. Oh, we're actually out there as well. Aha, okay, this is terrible. Let's undo all of that and try again. Okay. So there is, again, probably a better way to do this. I know some people use the attach stuff to the motion pieces because you can do like a symmetrical rotation on those. I tried that and it weirded me out a little bit, and I haven't gone back to try it again. So there we go. We'll just make sure we're covering that up in the middle. See, that looks good to me. Okay. Now I know I haven't got a cough coming. I can spend a bit more time making sure this is right. There we go. That's perfect. Excellent. We'll place that down. Delete this and this. Now we'll do the same again. One more. There we go. There we go. There we get that classic sort of shuttered window effect. Alright, we can get rid of all of you now. Okay. Come in and bring all of that but you up. Just one click, I think. Let's have a look. We don't want to go crazy high here, so that's probably fine. Yeah, I think that's good. And then we'll come in to roofs and see what roof we've got to play with. So, spires. So the sort of obvious option is to use something like this off the grid. It's so steep. How about this? Let's have a look. Yeah, again, so very, very steep. I suppose with a little balcony that could work. A lower one of those would be good, round. Maybe we just have to look at other round options. Oh, that's off the grid. That's interesting. So we could just do that. What? No, not attach the airplane, please. Thank you. I would love for one of the connection points to be the top of this thing. It's kind of wild that it isn't really. Okay. So something like that could work. But then also we've just got round wall pieces, haven't we? We come up to here. Is it not sort of curved? Pitched roofs. Are they not called round? I definitely thought there was more round options. That's the one we've just done, right? So we could just bring something like that in to help, but I don't think it's necessarily doing what we want. Is it more something like that then, I suppose? Yeah, I mean, it actually probably is, isn't it? That's probably the way to go. So it's called Castle with what we're using. We might as well keep using the same one. Ah, is that the thing? It's the only castle roofs are these really crazy high ones. That actually makes a lot of sense. Yeah, now we're verging away from where we want to be. There's also this, which could, if we aim the grid right, work. There's a way to... No. No, no. Okay, well in that case then we'll get rid of castle. Just go for tile. Keep tile roof, probably works. Yep, I can see that working. And then just sort of carrying that this way. Is that the right wheel? I think it is, isn't it? Yeah. Carrying that way. So doing something with the wall back there, but that's okay. Let's just make these a little lower. Oops. So it doesn't mess. So it only messes with this back window. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. Just move you out of the way because we might need you. And then this needs some sort of sign that says gift shop. I think we're going to do an implied interior here just because of this insane thing here and because we want to try and get stuff done in these episodes. So let's have a look for decoration. A real sort of catch-all term for lots of nice pieces of trim that we can use. That is almost exactly what I'm looking for. With the right colours, I actually think that's that. Yeah. Oh, I hate that thing. Let's take it to there. That's good. Yeah, I actually think that's exactly what we need. That was nice and easy. There we go. Let's go to there. Take that way, and we'll leave a gap there because we'll find a nice sort of corner piece for a bit of fencing, I think. And we don't mind this building being a little fancier. I think that's absolutely fine. So let's see, what nice bit of trim. That is the actual piece of trim it wants us to use. That's, again, actually just pretty nice. Is that the one that goes with that? Resort wall decoration, bamboo trim. Oh no, there we go. That's the one it wants to do. Oh, I mean, there you go. That is just exactly the piece. If we make it 100. There we go. Oh, that's great. I guess it can sort of everything. Whee! There we go. Alright. Let's find a nice fence. Again, we could do something custom, but for this series where we're trying to move a little swifter, I actually think fencing works perfect for all these bits of trim. Like this is, that there is basically what I would do anyway. And it, most of the work there is done for us. Awesome. So I'll draw that to there. Make it almost white. There we go. And I actually really like the little rivet that you can see in it as well. That's really cute. There we go. Now I'm assuming I'll have to change the scale here a little. I think we have a little bit to play with, but not a load. There we go. We can go slightly smaller, or we actually have to go quite a bit bigger. Let's see what we can do. Oh no, we can do it. That's fine. It's there. How's that there? Yeah, that's about as close as we're going to get, I think. So that's there. Pull that up slightly. Excellent. And then we'll rotate that. So here. And so we can line it up a little neater. Perfect. And same on this side. Perfect. Okay, that's cute. I like that. The roof is... It's a little Planko 101 for my liking, but I think in this series we have to pick our battles, and that's definitely going to be a battle that I pick. Okay, doors then, and windows. So the sorcery pack actually added some real nice town windows. They're a little... they're very opaque. They can't see through them. It would have been nice to have a glass option, but they're nice enough to use for this sort of implied interior stuff. Where am I looking? There. Whoa. Is it decorations, then windows? There we go. Okay. And I think they're all under the town. Yeah. So look at this. These. Oh, so good. Just real great Americana style windows that we will use, and we'll actually throw back a little bit. I'm going to have this as a little bit of a lip, I think. So we'll go there. Let's just put one down for now, and I think we carry on with the white. Although I actually do quite like that trim there, so let's take that colour and we'll carry that over. There we go. And then, okay. And then there should be a door. I don't know if there's necessarily a door that works with these. That's a bit too closed off for me. And this is nice, but I don't think it's the same on the other side, is it? Yeah. See, that's when there's a doorknob on one side. I'd really like to see a mirrored version of it available, or just have it, you know, the same on the other side, so we can change it around. But luckily, I think Western has a door that basically matches this. Let's have a look. Yeah, these ones here. So there's that. Or is it that one I'm thinking of? Yeah, this one. So this, once we've set the colours to be the same, basically, that is stone along the top, but I still think this works. So look. Yeah, I still think that's going to be good. We could do with a guest to walk past it. I think size-wise it's probably about right, but let's just throw down a stone guest. So we haven't got to wait for them. This is the new archers. Yeah, it's actually about right. I could probably shrink it down just a shy, but it doesn't have to go too much. There we go. And we'll take it to there. And then we'll take you over to there. I think it's all going to have to be one piece, this. So which of these isn't on the grid? I think it's actually you. Yeah. I think I assume that it's flattening onto that piece there, but it actually isn't. There we go. Because one of you was off. There we go. Yeah, so textures are quite different here between this door and the window, but I think we're going to be able to be okay with it for this. Maybe it will help if we bring it away from each other a little. There we go. Bring that over there. And that's basically what we're working with. I think that's fine. Okay. So now we need some wood walls. And is it that one we were using over there? No, which one's this? Wood plank wall. Okay. I definitely think we carry that over. To keep a lot of this. Jeez, this thing, man. This is why we no, why did we oh, we're on the wrong, there we go. We're on the wrong grid. On the building grid, not the wall grids. Okay. So take you to there. Take you up to there. And we can fairly easily set the door into this wall, which I think isn't going to be a terrible idea. So let's take you to there. We'll bring you up a little bit, because I think a little stone trim around the bottom will be good. We'll use that Viking one that we've used elsewhere. Again, just as a kind of way to keep it all together. I can never remember what it's called. There, that one. Viking wall decoration. So, we'll shrink this down a little bit. Give it a much lighter grey. And then we'll actually use the back of it, because the one side has got this nice sort of curve and tear down. And the other side is a little bit more flat and works really nice as a bit of trim. That's great. We'll take it down to the smallest it'll go. In fact, I think we actually flip it that way as well, because even that is a little bit straighter. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so we'll take you there. Actually matches the wall quite nicely. Okay, so I'm going to take you there. This isn't going to really work, but we can use the other version of it, the smaller version, to fill that little gap in there. That's great. That's perfect, in fact. Okay, so now we'll take this back a little. So it sits in the wall. Just to help a little bit with that sense of depth. And it helps us cover up this stone that doesn't really go with the rest of the build. Okay, so now this is in the middle there. This one needs to be a little over. Not worried about getting any of these things exact, but I definitely think he wants to sit there. That's good. And then these probably actually sit on the stone line there, don't they? Yeah. And I actually wonder... oops. Do we tie them in by... Do we actually have them like that, sitting on stone? There we go. I'm not too worried about people cutting in at the moment. That's going to be too long, isn't it? Yeah, but I do think that's worth doing. We can put some barriers up once this building's more complete. There we go. Slightly repetitive, but in the grand scheme of things, I think it'll look fine. Oops. There we go. There and there. And good thing about this is a lot of this stuff we can copy over. And it should stick nicely to the grid. There we go. Is that the way to do it? I think it is, yeah. So it still keeps it a bit rustic, but it's just got a slightly fancier top. So wood wall plank. A wood plank wall even. Wood plank wall. We'll go for something like this now. And then we can take that to there. That's good. So, anyway, we need to actually change this, as this is way too dark. I do like this sort of cream we've got going on. Let's see what that looks like in that wood. I don't mind that. This probably needs to come into it as well. And then this, I think, actually... How does that work if we take it to white? Definitely need to get away from this gold that we've currently got. There we go. Yeah, that's better. Alright. And then this is dim grey. I don't think we coloured these. You're probably looking at them saying, well, of course they're not coloured the same, but I am quite colourblind. So anything that sort of sits in that sort of grey, and there we go. Have we managed to build this all on one grid? Not quite, but I feel like we can. Oh, no, no paths. Oh, no, take all that, take rid of that. Why on earth? What? No, not the chair I'm playing. You. This stone is connected to that building? How on earth is that stone connected to that building? That's very strange. I don't remember that happening at all. There we go. Create a new group. Is it... Well, I haven't used any grid pieces there. Or there. There we go. Add to the scenery building. Now it's all one. That's good. I was going to say, there's no reason that shouldn't work. Okay. So we take that to... No, I think we do have this sat forward a little compared to where the rest of the building is going to go. So we'll have that sat there. There we go. And then let's take you and you. How did we feel about this wood? I think it's good, but I think it just needs a bit of trim to help where it doesn't quite go. So now we'll go to that hoarding. And bring it down. Go. And then, yeah, that can just sit there. That's lovely. Oops. Nice grey. And there. And there. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's good. So the other thing I kind of like the idea is something on top of this, like one of the canopies. Let's have a look. I think they're called canopies, aren't they? Yeah, no, not canopy. What are they called? Although that is quite cute. Can we make that work? I actually think that's really quite cute. It would have to sit there. No, I think we're getting a bit wacky there. Not canopy. What are they called? The things they go over the awning. That's it. Awnings. And there's some of these already that kind of meant to fit the theme, like that's one. But also there's ones like this that sits over a window. But there's a couple of rounder ones that I think could work here. Just to kind of take the edge off that fairly rough wood texture on top of that thing. I think that's great. There we go. In fact, we can maybe even come a little lower. Here we go. And let's go for the tanny colour, and then let's bring in a colour that we can work with now, and I think we'll go teal since we've used that sparingly, but we have used that over there. Excellent. Okay. Alright, let's move forward then so we get a bit more of the building done. Let's go here and here. And bring that there. Oops. To you. And other side to there. And then take it 45 degrees. Oops, that way. And that should line up neatly with the wall there. And then it's going to go to. We're not going to just do this where we sort of pad it in. So we'll go right up to the edge there. And then maybe this doesn't come this far out because we're going to want a window in here. So let's find a window that we're happy with. Let's just type in window and find one we like the look of. So something rusticy. I mean, this would work quite well here, I think. Would it? Or maybe it's just that one again, or maybe just a flat one. Let's see. That's a nice plain window. I think some of the western ones will work. This window, I think, is the one we want. It's going to be. I think it's going to be silver. It's shady here, so it's a little tricky to see. But I think we're going to go silver. I think we'll take it back there. Actually, for once in my life, I'm actually going to scale that up a little bit, which just seems wild to me. But there we go. Okay, we'll take that back. Go and come up to it. Go. It's probably just easiest to do this. Weep. Aubergine? I swear that one person just said aubergine. Actually, no, we're going to have to use this piece because it's going to be weird if we don't. There we go. Oops. Good. It's just ever so slightly off. I suppose I'll do it this way. There we go. What's this called? Wood plank wall. I hear Gulpy having a blast behind me. That's good. I'm glad he's enjoying himself. Okay, we'll take that into there. Perfect. Oh, let's actually sink it. Just enough to be. Oh. That's fine. There. And there. Okay, and then we'll trim. We don't have an issue with that, aren't we? So, pieces that. Hoarding primary support. Hoarding. There we go. 4 meters. Beautiful. It's already there. Okay, did we take that down to the past the stone? We did. We'll go there. Ah. Well, that's okay. You can be a little thicker on the sides, and we'll notice. There. Okay. And this piece looks like it should work quite nicely. We'll shrink it down a little. Oops. It's got some big wooden pieces. We probably have to try and right up there. That's not something we can colour though, is it? It's a little bit annoying. I didn't actually notice them on there. Oh yeah, they're there. Okay. Well, let's just have them out then a little so it makes more sense. There we go. And then I think we'll actually have a flower box there. Now, what do we call flower boxes? It's been a while. So flower with a space, doesn't find them. Planter maybe? Ah no, here we go. What are these? Window box, painted large. Yes. So there's that one. I think that plain one is probably the one to go for. We'll make it the teal colour, just tie it all in, and that can sit there in the window and look super cute. There we go. So that's going to be that side of the building. Let's take all of this and duplicate it and see what it looks like over here. Looks good. So we'll get rid of you and you. And take this, sling it around, and throw it back in place. There we go. Da-da-da. So there. No, I see what we did. Okay, cancel that. I was like, why does this not look the same? It's because this actually only goes there. We are. So here. That's right, and then this gets sunk in about halfway. That makes more sense. So it literally is halfway there and there. So it's about there. Yeah. Okay, it's going to be a nightmare to roof, but we'll make it work. There we are. Get rid of you. Okay. This is cute. I like it. It reminds me of sort of earlier stuff I used to make. But I actually think it's pretty solid. We are going to have to change it a little though. To bring all of these down to work a roofing. So I'll actually take them to there. There we are. And then, oh man, how are we going to do the roof here? It's going to be really tricky. Did we use this keep tile, didn't we? Keep tile roof, yeah. So we have to put that there. We have to split it from the grid. We have to rotate it 45 degrees. And we have to hope for the best. I think we made both of these at 45 degrees. So we should be able to do something like that. Okay. So this is the 2 meter slope. I don't think there's a 1 meter slope. So we are going to have to go and get clever with rotating. No, there is a 1 meter slope. Oh, this is... What's this one then? Oh, this is the keep tile roof. That's fine. Is there a 1 meter slope? There is. Okay. Oh, my word. It's almost perfect. Alright, so let's see. We can bring that out a little, down a little, so it just meets that that roof there without being much of a problem. That's great. I think for both of these we can make part of them white. Yeah, just ties into the build better. Oh, lovely. I mean, that it's great that these are so close together here, but maybe it's okay. Maybe we can go. Maybe we can do something like that. Okay. Let's come into here. Take this back one, because that's where it'll sit now. That's good. Did we not do that on this side already? No, look at that. Lazy bums. There we go. So I just realised I've been talking a little bit off mic. Apologise. Okay, we'll take you and you to there. Cute. Okay. We can duplicate you. Should be able to just replicate that over here, though we haven't quite gone as far. Because if we go too far this way, it's going to poke out, right? So it's going to have to go there. So yeah, we're actually going to have to stack these. I don't know how this will look, but we'll try. Yeah. Well, that's fine, I guess. Yeah. I think we will do is take those and those just down a shy. There we are. And then in here, I'll take this one back this way. And I'm pretty sure there's a thingy piece that'll fit there perfectly, as will this one. But I'm not going to worry too much about here, because we'll eventually, you know, we'll keep adding buildings into this, and we will build it out like a bit of a main street, so I'm not too worried about that. What I do want to do is go into the barriers. These pieces. Now, there's been some reports about this sort of stuff not necessarily working anymore, but these things should stop people. I mean, she's actively going that way. I don't know whether we can do what we need to do. What we really want to do is just stop people. Let's see. Yeah, see, I think these still work. And I think if we do that, it will also still work. Oh, that's not quite underneath, but I think as long as it's only just underneath, I think it still works as a way to stop people walking through. So we'll do it here and here. Let's keep people out of that way. But then we do actually want to do oops. We do want to actually take the path there that way as well, so we'll copy this. Fill all that in, yeah, cool. And then we'll go to here. Okay. And then our facility. There's a place we can do sunscreen. I think it's info, is it? Guest services? Guest services shop? Cubicles, yeah, so guest services shop can basically go there, and we'll open it, and let's see prices. Sun cream, yeah, there we go. Sun cream. I heard British. I've purposely been saying sunscreen all this time because my girlfriend laughs at me when I call it sun cream, but there it is. It says it. Sun cream. They also sell umbrellas. Okay, so bargain pricing is fine, and I mean we can also look at maybe squeezing a gift shop in there as well. But I would maybe like to do an interior gift shop, seeing as we have all those awesome pieces for it. What I'm going to do now is move this back here. We don't necessarily need it anymore, but it's handy to have. And last but by no means least, we need a little bit of signing on here. I mean, I would just write on here, but I do think a bit of a Western style sign would look pretty good on this. Let's see, there's one that's got like a little sort of curve over the top of it. Oh man, there's going to be so many. Let's try a Western. Yeah, like this kind of thing. That, but without the sheriff's badge. I suppose we could cover it up. That one as well. Yeah, maybe sheriff badge one. And we'll cover the sheriff badge up with something else. Cute. Okay, I think we put that there. Okay. I think we'll do text manually. Oh, that's the teal. So what are you then? Oh, you're the inside. Oh, okay. So the wood is just always going to be wood. Okay, I don't hate that. Oh, is there no star if we turn it around? Even better. There we go. And then we'll come up to here and search for text. Oops, no, text. There we go. And we'll just add our own wording on. So I think this is the sort of place that says Emporium to me. It looks it reminds me a little bit of the Dollywood Emporium, and that's kind of what I had in my mind whilst building it. So that's cool. We'll go, teal's probably a bit too light, so we'll bring it down to a dark teal. It's literally there for us. I'll bring that up. Bring that out. Okay. Gifts. Like so. And we'll shrink it right down. Memorabilia? That doesn't sound right. Hold on, let me Google that. I have no idea how to spell that word. There's my phone. Memorabilia. Oh no, it was right. Shouldn't doubt myself. Okay. Memorabilia, and this also sells ice cream, because why wouldn't it? Okay. Basically everywhere in the park would sell ice cream. There. Bring gifts in. And let's be honest, gifts and memorabilia, basically the same thing. Memorabilia is a gift if you give it to somebody, but I don't mind. I think that's cute. There we go there. Delete that, bring that in. There we go. And then, you know what would go here? And I know I keep doing these signs that don't exist yet, but if we do a little round sign here, it's going to sit a little deep into the Emporium really to make it work as a sign. Something like that. I mean, that to me just works really well. What about... Oh, this used to be really useful. How small does it go? Not small enough. This one as well was also really useful. All of these are going to be way too big, aren't they? Yeah. Yeah, even when you shrink them down. Although that one's pretty cool. Oh, I like that one now. Oh yeah, I do like that. Okay, well how about we add this in somehow as well then. That's got to be teal. And then does the text curve around? Oh yeah, so we should have that to say Lakeview. No, what's the park called? Fairview. Fairview gifts. Let's see. Fairview gifts. Yeah, capitalised. It looks okay. Fairview gifts, Emporium. There we go. And then in that little thing there. Oh, how about a hot air balloon? I think we have one, don't we? Oh, I'm sure there was a balloon. Yeah. Air balloon. It's not hot. Let's shrink that down. There we go. That's cute. I kind of love the idea of a hot air balloon for no reason, to be honest. Let's get rid of that. Oops. Bring those down a little. Bring that down a little. That down a little. There we go. There's a little bit of a mix of style there, but for now I don't actually hate that at all, and that's quite cute. Let's get some art shapes. Rectangular, just because I know it's there, and it'll bug me if we don't do anything about it. We need to, with a nice light grey, fill in the underneath of this that we made. There we go. And we'll actually leave it a little high. There we go. Oh, that's interesting. It's much further that way than it is that way. Oh, we should really fix that. So which part needs fixing then? There, let's have a look. Is it easier to move the roof or to move the thing underneath? Oh yeah, see now I've noticed it. I can't not notice it. Okay, so that's going to be all of this. There we go. Gulpy is having a blast. There we go. There we go. There. There we go. There and there. I think Kosa's enjoying himself too, to be fair. There we go. All of it. That's probably it. No, I've got a piece there that I don't want. There we go. Let's see if we can move that. Yeah. Excellent. It's still not exact, but it's more than close enough now. That's good. Okay, let's... can I get that art shape? No? Is it not in the building? Why does stuff not randomly just not seem to be in the building? I'm sure I'm doing something wrong. There we go. So there and there. Okay. And then lights. Let's go for that one nice little spot. Let's say, yeah, this thing. And take it that way. Make the exterior of it match there. That light is fine, actually. I should set it to be loop. Not that it'll make much difference, but I don't want to see it there. Okay, and then we will take that. We will add our snap distance on and make them every. That'll do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that looks good. Oh, actually, there is a nice bit of light coming off that. That's cute. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. And then the last thing I want to do is do more of a showy one. Where is it? Come on. We use it all the time. That one metal one. It's part of the aquatics set. Which is why I thought it would be... Oh, there we go, that one. There we go. This is just great. This thing... just scale down a little. No. Don't want you to go that way. Let's try that again. This thing just made into a nice sort of coppery... way. Oh, he got caught. She got caught. Oh, get out. There we go. Set to loop. King Coaster just insists on getting in the wrong places. There we go. Anyone been in here? Waiting for customers to serve. How many customers have you served? Profits? Never. Income yesterday. Lifetime profit? Minus 240. Lifetime guest? 0. I mean, well, they can get there, right? Is it just they don't want to buy sunscreen? That's fine. We're giving them the option, I guess. Otherwise, there's our cute little emporium. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Until the next one, be good.